The asteroid's coming. You have 24 hours to live. Do you do your hair? You know, the other day, I think I made my Zoom workout buddy very uncomfortable. We don't do a group. There's just two of us. There's me and my friend. And we start around 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, for a lot of you, this might seem early, but for me, this is mid-morning. I've been up for a while at this point. I have about a French press worth of coffee in me, and I got things to talk about. Now, my Zoom workout buddy, whose name I will not mention in case she ever has to socially distance herself from me, I understand, it is Hollywood. I asked her, I said, "Girl, you got 24 hours left to live. Are you doing your hair or what?" She got very uncomfortable. I guess this is not what people want to hear at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Anyway, she's used to it by this point. So she thinks about it. She says, "Well, Maya, I think I'd want to be with my family." Lame. Is that the lamest answer you've ever heard in your life? I want to be with my family? Ugh. What does that have to do with your hair? Are you going to do your hair with your family or not? Now, I said I was going to do my hair because I just got a new curling wand. A lot of you who watch the channel a lot may notice that I got a new curling wand recently and may have been thinking about like, oh, did she do her hair? Did she get a new curling wand? Yes, I did. They're not paying me, so I'm not going to tell you which one it is. But I got it and I like it. And I think if we get word that the asteroid's coming, I'm going to use it. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to make a nice meal. I'm assuming it's Mad Max at the grocery store, so you go in, you get what you can, and you leave. I'm going to try for some champagne, maybe one of those meats you're not supposed to be eating, like veal or something, because, hey, we're all going to be veal in a minute. I'm going to wear this outfit that I have no excuse to wear now, not just because we're under quarantine. And yes, I have continued to buy many Instagram outfits, despite being under lockdown and not having anywhere to wear them. They look cute. Things are going to open up eventually, right? We all know how underfunded asteroid detection is at NASA. So I'm assuming we get about 48 hours notice, because this is the point where either someone calls them up and says, "Hey, you know there's an asteroid coming," or somebody else notices that there's an asteroid coming. And all of the oligarchs are underground, so by this point, they're like, "Yeah, guys, an asteroid's coming. Sorry about that. End of human race. It's fine." Because what was the human race doing if not destroying itself slowly anyway? So I figure we do get 24 to 48 hours to prepare ourselves for this eventuality. I had to explain to my buddy that she would never see her family again because none of the pilots would be flying. They'd all want to see their families. And she got sad. "I'm not going to see my family. I'm going to die. Oh, mortality, mortality, mortality." I don't know, maybe it wasn't appropriate. By this point, it's almost 9 on a Wednesday, so she should be warmed up. Here's what I figure, and here's why I don't feel that I'm being frivolous by saying that I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup and put on a nice outfit. We've only got X amount of time to enjoy the rest of the material world, no? I mean, what's gonna die? It's gonna be civilization. It's gonna be humans. Unless the earth is destroyed, trees are coming back. It'll be a different kind of tree, but we'll have trees again. We'll have different animals as well. In fact, some of the animals might make it. In fact, we might get some new animals that we never even thought of because we weren't even looking for those animals. Just like we descended out of these little mammalian creatures we couldn't recognize now when the asteroid came out and took out the dinosaurs, so too will weird little creatures blossom into something great. I don't know what the next chapter would have in store for the earth if we went the way of the dinosaurs. But you know what? I would spend my last day on earth appreciating what humanity had to offer and what we did. And what did we do? Man, could we cook. Our art was beautiful. The music was beautiful. And we could have a good time. So why on earth would I spend my last 24 or 48 hours being miserable? Oh, yeah, end of humanity. Yeah, I know that's sad. That's really sad. It is, it's sad. I'm not saying it's not sad. It's a sad turn of events. But a lot of people out there are going to write in Giant Asteroid 2020 for this presidential election anyway. So it can't be that sad. I see a lot of Giant Asteroid 2020 bumper stickers on cars too. It seems as though humanity wants an asteroid to hit us. It's like we have some sort of death wish. Death Wish. If you haven't seen every installment of Death Wish, I understand. They kind of fall off toward the end, but yes, I have seen them all. The original with Charles Bronson. I've seen all the original with Charles Bronson and the remake that nobody asked for. Literally nobody asked for. Anyway, humanity seems to have this sort of death wish, like we want the end to come. Like we're looking at the precipice of the fall of our civilization and going like, "Oh, I wish it would just hurry up already." I'm going to be doing a deep dive video on accelerationism soon, so stay tuned for that. But it does seem like there is this collective drive toward the end right now that is a bit bizarre. It's a lot of fun if you don't take it too seriously, and it can drive you completely insane if you do take it seriously. We will not be so lucky as to get a giant asteroid. So for all of those wishful thinking bumper stickers, I'm so sorry. It's not going to happen. We have to deal with our own mess. I think people secretly wish for the quick end to it all, because we're faced with such a slow end. And at least with a quick end, there's drama. The curtain's open at this time. What are you going to do for it? And a slow end is sort of like, ugh. The legislature fell apart, and then the judicial fell apart, and then the executive fell apart, and the military runs things, and the military is somehow incompetent as well. That's a slow end. That's the, can drag on for hundreds of years kind of end. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to go the way of the dinosaurs. It's so sexy. Just an asteroid. I feel for the slow end of humanity that celebrating is just not appropriate. I feel the only appropriate thing to do in that situation is to like sing hymns and fetch water. I don't really know if there's much else you can do that's respectful. And not upbeat hymns either. These have to be somber, Puritan hymns. And where are we fetching the water from? I'm not sure where we're fetching the water from, but that's what you're doing. You're fetching some water right now. Nobody wants a slow end. Ugh. What about a Pompeii situation where they were preserved as they last stood? Ooh, how hot. Now here's an excuse to look good. You do the Pompeii and you're sitting there with your hair done looking absolutely fabulous, like, okay, freeze me now. And you're frozen for all of eternity, and people just come and visit you and they're like, oh my God, she looked fabulous. Yeah, I like my new curling wand. It's cool, right? Kind of get it to pop. And I don't even have to flat iron my hair or blow dry it straight. I just let it air dry, and then I comb it out, and then I pop it with a curling wand, and I'm happy with those results. Now you're like, well, would you blow dry it if the volcano was about to blow and we're in a Vesuvius Pompeii scenario and we really need you looking top fabulous? And I'm like, no, that's unrealistic. I don't want to give kids body image issues, and now they think their hair always has to look like this. I don't want kids to come and see my corpse preserved in ash and think, ugh, should my hair look like that too? They feel insecure. They feel less than because they don't look like this. It's like, I got warning the volcano was coming. I did my hair, okay? I put some lipstick on. It's not an unrealistic body image, okay? I trust that if the volcano was about to come down on you, you would do it up too, you know? You'd be dressed to the nines too. I'm sure you look great dressed to the nines. Don't let me give you any kind of complex, you know? This is the dumbest video I have ever done. Please stay tuned for my accelerationism video. I promise it won't be this dumb or goofy. Subscribe.